You must tell us about this guitar. It's a Gretsch, it's 2-string.
Yeah.
In the style of?
Sort of Mexican Sharpie, I think.
And inspired by C6 Steve?
Yeah, C6 Steve had got in touch when he'd first come over to the UK and said, he said, I want to sing me with a girl. And I knew his manager at the time, and he'd got in touch and said, look, there's this great guy, he's a total blues man, you should get to him. So Steve came over to the house, to my flat, and we sat and jammed and made firm friends and got on great. And I ended up going to do a bit of recording with him. And he was playing this great, it's just a reissue Gretsch picture guitar. His had a picture of cowboys with their cows being abducted by aliens on it, a green one. And it only had 3 strings on it, and it sounded so good. It's like really honky. And then I bought this, and it wasn't kind of C6 Steve one-upmanship. I wasn't like, I'm only gonna have 2 strings on my guitar. It came from a place where I'd started to get very interested writing bass lines. But I was missing being able to play all the rhythm. And so I just took all the strings off and then just put the 2 strings to the same note. And you can sort of play these great bass lines. But it's also got this really funny, slightly Middle Eastern ethnic sound to it. Like I had a song where I had this riff that was going, and it's almost like a riff a hip hop tune would use, you know. But it just turned into a really, really useful instrument for writing for me, where I was just basically playing a bass line and being able to sing. And it kind of clears out. It's very Prince, like not having, you pick the simplest parts. And it's been a real joy to play.
Yeah. So Push That Knot Away then.
Yeah.
Just tell us about that song.
Push That Knot Away is actually a song for my friend Daisy, who is 5. And I'm her odd mother. I don't really do God. And I'm not around very much, and although it's nice for her to see me on the television, I thought I should give her something. What's a good thing to give a kid? And it just got me to thinking that really, you're not born scared. You get scared. And what if you saw it differently? What if it was suddenly your friend? And that was the idea, it was set in a forest at night, and the fear comes up behind you, and instead of running, you turn around and you say, I will sing you a song. So yeah, it was a literal song about combating all the self-doubt.
Can we hear it?
But the other thing I wanted to say about this song was, it was also the first song on the album where I took what was essentially a picked blues tune and then just put a big beat beneath it, and suddenly it was a dance tune. And I realized that when I dance in a nightclub, I feel very similar to when I'm dancing around a campfire. It's the same pulse. And that was a nice kind of way in on the record to playing with more kind of dance-inspired stuff.
May you always walk in hope. May your days just be a way to walk upon a great high road. When the dark comes to your door, well, you deny him, don't recognize him, he's not welcome anymore in your life, in your life, in your life. In the forest, when you hear something that scares you, you be aware that it's frightened of you too. Well, you can push that knot away, you can push that knot away. Yes, you can push that knot away, you can push that knot away, yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Cheers. Shall I tell you a joke to fill the space? How do you titillate an ocelot? Oscillators titillot.